Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Just thought I'd do like a little shop update sort of thing today. Not really got too much going on other sort of car wise and such. The BMW is currently outside with the Mondeo. Midway through doing a brake cylinder. There's like the brake reservoir. I'm just flushing that basically because I've got a new master cylinder. Trying to get the fluid to go through, which is working. Just trying to get the air out. Don't know if it's going to sort the clutch issue, but I'm currently doing that. That's currently draining itself, so I was going to just sort of give a quick random shop tour thing of just additions, because I haven't actually done a proper video on just this since I think the one where I got the Beamer and I kind of showed this, and obviously we've got the one where we first moved in. But as you can see, there's a couple of new things. I mean, there's a banner up. I think you've seen that in the other video, but I'm still going to point out other bits just because this is like just a shop video in itself. The RC cars are now here, which you might not have seen for a long time, but I've still got them all. I don't know how many of these you'll know, or if anyone that used to watch my older videos will recognise any of these, but there they are. There's videos on, I think, pretty much all of them, to be fair, back in the day of Youth Lucas. Cool BMW sign for my birthday, with the BMW car for Harley, which lives here now over the toolbox. It's got random stuff in the corner, the old Corsa side skirts and the strut bar, still there. There's a wrap tube as well. There's a cool poster that Gebby got for my birthday as well, which is it's Lucas Cars again. We've got another one, which I'm the only one that seems to put banners up currently, so till no one else puts any banners up, it's just Lucas Car stuff. So pretty cool there. Look, it's the car and me. Doesn't get much better than that. The desk's pretty much a mess, but that's because I'm mid doing stuff, so it's allowed. Cool plates off Matthew as well. Should be going on the wall. Just I want to sort of decorate the wall with cool stuff, or it's what my plan is. Don't know what the lads are doing. They've yet to do anything else on the walls as such, apart from Craig's bumpers. This is a really cool piece that I like. It's actually the old 350 spoiler, like the stock one. This was underneath the black spoiler that was on the back, like the original ducktail one. I'll say original, the one that was on the car when I got it. I was trying to sell it, like 30 quid, no one would buy it, and I was like, it's a reasonable price, no one wants it, so it's now a shelf. It was a bit trickier than what you'd think to mount it, because it's not flat, so I've just had to Dremel it, which, I mean, it isn't actually that hard, but I thought it'd just go straight on, but it hasn't. And then it's just got some random brackets underneath, and got Hot Wheels on it, so I'm a happy boy. Currently just McLaren F1s and a DeLorean, which I'm a big fan of, said both cars. I mean, I have some Jap stuff to go this other end, and just going to clutter it up with cool Hot Wheels cars. And a little GoPro mount for that was on the wing, but I could also mount the GoPro there and sit at the desk and do like a vlog. I don't know, it's there. Fire extinguishers are here now as well for safety, which is always good. Shelf, Halford shelf. This is also Halford's desk. Chair, speaker. Yeah, it's just kind of got stuff on it. I've semi-organised it. This is like the display shelf, so this is the S15 RC car that you would have seen before. Love it. Fitment is on point. Big fan of that. This is very good to skid around in here, by the way, which I have done. I haven't filmed it as such yet, but maybe I will in a video. Yeah, we don't talk about that. These things, random stuff, lug nuts, cable ties, bags, just for putting like bolts and stuff in. It's the BMW shelves. We've got some. They come with a car. I don't know what they are. I think they're the lower down lights on the bumper. This is the colour of the Beamer. This is orange indicators, and this is a book, Haynes Manual for fixing BMW problems, which is currently not helping because, I mean, I've looked at how to do it, and I'm doing it, but I don't know if that is the problem of the master cylinder or slave cylinder thing being the issue with the Beamer. I don't even know if you can see it because it's dark, but it is there. But yeah, I'm draining that just so at least I've done it then, and then I can roll that one out. Next shelf's kind of tools. That's a bleeding kit ball, which was awful. I mean, I say awful, I'm currently still using that. I'm just using it as connected up to the slave cylinder, so just the fluid goes into that rather than in a bucket or on the floor. And I've got a separate thing that's pushing it all through, pressurised. Tools-ish. I haven't got that many tools, to be fair. I've got a toolbox there with loads of bits in, but I haven't actually got that many. I mean, I'm getting them as and when I need them. Random cable shelf of electrical stuff. I mean, RC controllers and that. This is Matt's old resonator. Got some spacers that don't actually, they don't work. The spacers work, but the bolts on the foot. So I need to. I probably won't do anything with them, but they're there if I need to. Oil and old air filter for the Golf R paint and oil. There's some leftover mats of the floor, which you can see is matted, or this section is at least, which is, it was like cheap flooring, so it's obviously going to be dirty. I mean, it's dirtier because it's in the garage now, it's got like paint and bits on it, but it's in a garage, so it doesn't really fuss me too much, and I'm a happy boy. I wanted floor, I've got floor now. Nicer to lie on than concrete. Yeah, that's not what I was floor, and then I'm going to bore you with me rambling that floor. Another splitter. This is supplied by Alex for the front of said car. Did order a bumper, that didn't really work out. I'm sorry, I've just looked through the screen and it's like the lighting is because of the LEDs. That looks shocking. Wow, it's like we're in a rave. But yeah, I think it's because of the frame rate I'm shooting and stuff. I don't really know how to shoot in a different frame rate, or I do, but it only drops to 60 rather than 30 for some. I don't know. Anyway, hopefully that's not too distracting. That's just there to go on the car. I kind of want a new bumper before I put that on, because I feel like it's a waste putting a nice splitter on a kind of a dirty, well not dirty one, but it's kind of split and stuff if you've seen it before. There's the key rack in the corner, just random wheels and tyres selection. They're not usually out, it's just because I've pulled them down because I'm using a wheel for pressurising it. There's the fridge, Russell Hobbs, great, cheers Ian. I mean, I bought it off him, but Ian supplied it still. The seats, which you would have seen, paint that we've not really sorted out. It's kind of a little bit messy, but it's the garage, so it's working progress. I mean, it's all the rubbish that I've yet to take out. It's kind of leftover boxes from the shelving, rubbish just from the bin. I don't know, I'm showing you that, but it's there just to address it. There's a sand pit. Couldn't afford a holiday this year, so we thought we'd put a sand pit in so we could sort of play in it and stuff, have a good time whilst also indoors. Or the reality is that there was a storm and it blew all mud and sand and stuff in, which isn't ideal, but it's... I've tried to sweep it out. I kind of need to jet wash it, but Craig's stuff's kind of in the way. Craig's not been here yet to kind of assist. I don't want to mess this wiring harness up, which we'll jump to. Craig's workstation, S15 bumpers, very cool. There's his seats and stuff. It's not super interesting. These wheels are cool though. Don't know why I'm showing you about that because they're the same wheels here. They're like Blitzo 3s, but they're not Blitzo 3s. They're the same design. They're called this brand that Craig would be able to say, which I don't know what it's called. Oh, there's me. But I'm very jealous. When he turned up with them, I was like, wow, thanks Craig. Massive fan of Blitzo 3s. And then he rocks up with them, which is as close as we can get with our budgets. Oh yes, this is Craig's RX-7. I kind of jumped to it. I'd assume everyone would know that watches the videos. But if you haven't watched them, this is it. It's just a shell, rolling shell. See it stripped out. It used to have a cage and stuff in it. We didn't get it with the cage. We've got it as kind of similar-ish to this. It's got a wheel in it now though. The dash is all in, which you kind of would have seen. Looks really cool to be fair. I mean, I've not been inside one of these cars, but now I have, I guess, if this counts. Turbo 2. No engine, obviously. There's engine mounts for a 1J, 2J, same sort of thing, really. Doesn't want to put that in it though, which isn't fun. He wants to put a rotor in it, which is cool, but not as cool as a 1J or a 2J. But we'll see. That's for future projects. This is the wiring harness for said rotary, which he's been putting back together. I don't get involved with that. He's been sat here, he's been coming in, he's been putting it all together. Yeah, I don't do wiring, so I've just kind of allowed him. I mean, it's his thing, but yeah, it's not for me. Craig will be able to explain this when he's here, and I'll get a clip of him talking about what he's actually been doing, because to me that's just cable. I don't know. Craig's door, funny quote, which you might be able to read, might not. I don't know, it's in other videos. There's just the shelf stuff and the bumper. But that's kind of the garage. There's my lovely car. She will be getting used. Official date for using this thing again is the, I can't even remember now, 7th of October, Teesside, which is big fun. That track there in the middle bottom, yeah, big fan. Not done one for ages, kind of because I've been funding stuff like the unit and paying for things in life and just doing adult stuff, I guess. So drifting's kind of been on the side. I mean, I don't like putting on the side, but it's one of them where you can afford it or you can't sort of thing. I mean, that's been off topic, but I've just left the Beamer to its stand. I'm going to go and check on the Beamer. I'm going to check back on this. Just concerned that I'm going to damage something to left it. So picking off where we left off, just addressed the Beamer. Basically, we'd sent too much through. I mean, he's basically pressurised the pump, sends all the fluid through, comes out the other end. Kind of been rammed with too long, so it kind of pushed all the fluid through and then just sending air through, which isn't great, so I needed to bleed it again. Not a big deal because it's night time and I hadn't really finished anyway. Shifted it a couple of times, so I'll just do that another day. But I know how to do it now, so I've got a bit of practice. So that's good. I mean, yeah. I don't know if it's going to work, but I mean, it's worth doing. Once I know how to do it now. Back to the car though. The car looks so good on the GoPro. The wing looks huge. So cool. Anyway, with this, drifting again, Teesside, 7th of October. The drift day there is, I think there's 30 cars max, which usually I think Teesside, could be wrong, but I think there's like 90 cars, maybe. I don't know. I've just looked on before and it says booking, it says like so many cars left. Even if it's 60 cars, down to 30 cars on that track is great, because seat time will be amazing, so we're to drive loads, which is number one. And also it's I can't remember what the day's called, but it's ran by someone that I'm in the Teesside Facebook group thing, and there's like a day where it's like 30 people max. Feels like a training day, so you can like get more seat time in. I think the focus is like tandems and stuff as well. I'd assume they're obviously going to build you up to make sure you're suitable on the track before they throw you in with someone who's going to go on Lucas, go in tandem with someone and then smash into them. Not recommended. So, I mean, Teesside would say I'm decent at. Last time I went, I had issues with the handbrake, so I kind of had to do something weird in the last corner, or technically the first corner, after the big corner, and it comes round, that corner I couldn't really slow down properly, or just a bit shit really, so I couldn't use the handbrake, and I was just kind of doing some weird shit, hence I've now got tyre marks on the door, so I went a bit, I wasn't even that actually, that was a different part of the track, never mind. But that's why I did some dodgy stuff with the exhaust, but well, that's to look forward to anyway. I just need to get, I think, one more tyre, because I've got them tyres, another set, and I just need one more because I have an odd tyre. We should be good to go because Teesside tyre wear was pretty decent last time because I run quite wide tyres, so tyre wear is not too bad. With the car itself, nothing's really changed to be honest. I actually sorted this out. Not that it's going to blow you away. I mean, this is probably still pretty ghetto for most people, but I've got a hole out for this kill switch, which isn't actually wired in. I mean, the wiring is all there and all the way into there, but it's just not physically connected to where it should be, just because I had issues with it and I didn't really know what I was doing, so I kind of left it. It worked, but I had issues with the resistor because it melted. I'll get that sorted out before I do anything where I need it, but for now it's just kind of there. But I trimmed it out a bit more, got some like sealant on it, and it looks, it's a good job for me. That's classed as a good job for me, that is. The car's kind of the same as what you've seen. I've got the random Rick and Morty sticker appeared on said car now. There's a random selection of them about. Bar that, I mean, Rusties as well. The reason I've got these random stickers is because Tyre Street sent me a £10 discount, like gift voucher. I didn't know what to spend £10 on because it's not. I mean, I'm thankful for £10, but you can't really buy anything with it because you couldn't put £10 off anything. You have to buy with £10. So I've just got that sticker, the Rick and Morty sticker pack, which I've got loads of them. And I bought a screen protector. Not that that matters, but you know. So thanks, Tyre Street. It's very nice. The other cool thing that I've got, which I'll show you the inside of, which if you follow me on social media, like non-YouTube, you would have seen this possibly. But this is my steering wheel now. It looks amazing. I'm big happy with it. So just a bit of backstory on this. So I went to Ireland last weekend to the LZ festival. Because it cost us a lot of money to get there, and like just the event itself was a lot of pennies just travelling and shit. I was like, I want to try and get something worth my while. So I was like, I'm going to take my steering wheel, try and get it signed. And I did. The only person I didn't get on here was Dave from Drift Games, which, I mean, it was a tricky guy to get your hands on because he was also hosting the event, so it was probably a far-fetched. But besides that, I've got Adam Ozzie here, James Dean there, I've got Jimmy Oakes there, Colette Davis, and Mike, which I don't know Mike's last name actually, but his like signature is like Divine. Could be bodging the name how you say that, but he's basically Adam's cameraman. I mean, he's more than that, but that's where I first come across him, and then I've found his channel as well, which is called the Divine thing, which just like really cool stuff. He's got like an NSX with like, I mean, you probably know who he is. I mean, I'm no one compared to these guys, but it's irrelevant. Yeah, so I'm a big happy with it. And this sort of thing with this, it's a bit like a showpiece because it's all like my favourite people, bar obviously some. And obviously you're not going to get another one of these again because they're all in one venue. It doesn't really happen. So it's nice to get this. But I don't want to just frame it because I was like, nah, I want to use it. The reason I got it is so I can have it when I'm driving, I can see them, and I'm like, yeah, they're with me. James Dean had them. Such inspiration. But yeah, nothing me fanboying. Besides that, the car's the same. I did my bodge on the handbrake, which I've probably shown before. You can't see that. I'm going to get my phone torch just to address it as I've pointed that out now. There you go. Yeah, it doesn't look great. I mean, it was kind of a temporary fix. Saying that, I haven't actually tried it since doing the temporary fix. The reason that's there is because the bracket, which is there, it's got a slight crack in it, so it's bent back slightly, which you can kind of see. So you put this bracket in place to stop it from basically flexing, just because I was putting the handbrake, and the handbrake was going way back here when it shouldn't be really moving that far. I mean, that's pretty far back. That's kind of its new position. I do want to get a new one, but I'm a bit worried about sort of. It was more of the lines because it's plumbed in really weirdly. It's like these copper wires, lines that run up to the front. And I think it's like an old school way of doing it, where you go on to like the actual, like, I don't know what the thing's called, but it's like where all the brake and stuff is. It's that, like, I'm going to call it like a master cylinder, but I don't know what its actual term is. Yeah, so it's like plumbed into that, which I don't really know what I'm doing with that, if I'm honest. I'd like to do like the braided lines that run to the back of separate calipers, but I've looked at that and it's like not cheap either. So maybe I'll just, I mean, theoretically there's nothing wrong with that. So maybe I'll just get a new physical handbrake and then just put that into that. There shouldn't be any reason why that would be an issue. Because if it's the handbrake I think it's the Driftworks one. And that's like a Willwood master cylinder thing. I don't know if that's what it's called. I could be wrong. It might not even be that. It might just be a cheap eBay one that looks like it. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. So I could just change the physical handbrake, just grind that off, weld another one in. Not that I know how to weld, but I could get one welded in, put that back in, and then it shouldn't actually have any issues, I'd like to think. And then maybe it'd be a bit better build quality than that, because that's a bit shit, to be honest. You don't really want that, as long as it works, I guess, but I'd like it just to be stiff, and then you pull it when you want to use it. Maybe that's just, there's air in the system, I don't know. Now saying that, actually, you can even see the mechanical flex. Either way, I'm boring you with a handbrake, which isn't that interesting. Besides that, I need to just turn my torch off and get myself on camera so I can see. It's currently not on the screen thing. There we go. Possibly bored you with a lot of rambly stuff there, which I don't know if I'll chop it out, if I just leave it raw, because I kind of just sometimes do that. I'm sorry if the line's really bad, 'cause in the camera screen it's like flashing, so my apologies on that part. There's the garage. Just wanted to show you it. It was a bit of an update. I've not done too much else. I've been faffing the beamer trying to sort that out. I'm not much of a mechanic, so it's kind of just a guessing game and Googling and trying stuff. I'm not really filming it because I'm not getting anywhere, so I don't want to be like, I've done this, and you're like, what are you doing? So if I get it sorted, I'll then go, this is what I did to fix it, rather than just filming random stuff. But hopefully it's been an interesting video. Sorry if it's a rambling one and you don't like it, but hopefully the title sort of gives you an idea that it's a rambling Lucas video, which I've not done for a little bit, I think, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, don't know what the next video will be, because we've got, it's the 7th, that's like 2 weeks possibly for the next drift day. So that, I don't know what it'll be before then, depends what I get up to really. Maybe I'll see the boys, film something on their cars, don't know. Kind of spontaneous as it goes really, I don't really have a plan for what's going on, just know that I've got a drift day. Need to get ready for that, and then sort of, that's the main thing, that's what I'm excited for. So anyway, enough of me rambling. Thanks for watching, guys, and till next video. That was really weird, don't care. Catch you later.